Now let me introduce Lars Göbel, Head of Sales and IT Services at DARZ. That is an IT company based in Darmstadt, south of Frankfurt. Darmstadt is renowned for its excellent university, Technische Universität Darmstadt, and for their space endeavors. Lars Göbel has been involved in IT services in the cloud for more than a decade. At DARZ, he's in charge of structuring and selling the modular product portfolio. While working as an IT project manager and consultant, the certified IT business engineer created and marketed Germany's first VMware-based public cloud infrastructure. So he will talk about the first real hybrid cloud, your door opener to multi-cloud sourcing. And I'm again asking you to think of your own business, and whenever he's talking, wonder how can you use what you hear here for your business. This day is as good as everything you take home for your own business. So please don't hesitate, raise your arm and ask questions during or after the speech. I'll be here for you, running around with a microphone, and he'll be certainly happy to answer your questions. Please welcome Lars Göbel.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Yeah, Lars Göbel, Director Sales and IT Services at DARZ. And I want shortly to introduce the company before we directly go into the topic of hybrid cloud. So we as DARZ really focusing on data-centric services. And what this means is we really have a high security data center, and you can see some pictures. And also we have IT services, private cloud based and public cloud based. And especially our high security data center, you can see pictures here, is located in the old vault building of the Bank of Hesse, where the gold reserves were stored. So there's the biggest amount of money and gold was stored in this facility, and now there's one of the most securest data centers in Europe inside, with the highest level of data center infrastructure quality. And we are located near Frankfurt as a German company with German data security rights. And we have a redundant fiber connectivity to Frankfurt. And this is very important for dual data center scenarios. So we really can offer customers dual data center scenarios after highest degree of security level, synchronous mirrored storage between Frankfurt and Darmstadt in the facilities. So it's completely conform to Basel III for banks and insurances. And this is not the situation if you realize a dual data center scenario between Frankfurt and another data center in Frankfurt. Our portfolio is really going from housing, co-location, where you can rent racks and store your own equipment and operate it on your own, up to remote hands we offer around this hosting services, and then going up into managed services like internet connectivity. We have realized a high security internet solution based on 3 internet service providers. Of course, you can connect to ISP on your own because we are carrier neutral, but you have the possibility to get our high quality solution with 100% SLA, and it's not only marketing purpose 100%. We really have offer it at this level. And then we go up to private cloud offering and public cloud offering. And now I want directly to jump into the big topic of hybrid cloud, multi-cloud sourcing, and what is the situation actually. So, in my opinion, hybrid cloud was more thinking than actual it is a fact. So more and more your customers want to use it, but they still don't do it. So also for hybrid cloud, a platform strategy is very important, and I want to talk with you today over this fact and see and hear your opinion over that. So at the moment, in my opinion, there was no real hybrid cloud environment and multi-cloud sourcing because it was always very slow. So if we talk over hybrid cloud or multi-cloud sourcing, it's the point that you are flexible, that you're agile, that you have the possibility to combine the different infrastructures you have. But is that already possible in your environment? If we have a look at the different possibilities which exist, there's the own infrastructure where you have the high investment and the limited scalability. Of course, you own the hardware. There's hosting, where you have limited scalability and rarely flexibility, because you have to buy more and more every time you need it, and you have to pay it also in advance. You cannot get it in seconds. If there's a private cloud environment, you have high initial costs and limited scalability. Of course, it's already more than hosting because of the flexibility to grow, but it's still limited. In a public cloud, you really have the situation of extremely high flexibility, agility, so you can grow as fast as you want. You only have to pay for the resources if you need them and if you have used them. But what about data security? What about vendor lock? If you store enough data in the public cloud, how is the way look like you get the data out of it? How do you think about that? So a lot of companies start big data in the public cloud and came to the point that they have no chance to get their data out of it if they want to change the public cloud provider or if they want to use, in addition, another provider. So you see, there are different levels, but really comparing them is really hard. And new business models are always are asking for new IT solutions. So we are in a new generation of IT or a new generation of IT business. So if we look in the past, the situation was that IT was able to realize business models more fast, more efficient. But now, business models are identified or created, and they have a need for IT solutions, and the IT service provider, the internal IT, need the possibility to deliver this and to handle the need from business purposes. And out of that, new cloud forms starts. And the point, if we talk over economy, if we talk over Internet of Things, it's always an on-demand economy. And the big question still is how hybrid cloud can handle this. And if we look more deeply into the design of hybrid cloud until it was now, you have a private cloud part. Private cloud means a private cloud environment which is configured for you and you can use it. And a public cloud environment like Amazon Web Services, SoftLayer, VMware and so on. But what about your environment in your own data center or in the co-location data center? So this is really the situation, it is not integrated into the hybrid cloud. And you have data silos. You have data in the private cloud, you have data in the public cloud. If you want to migrate something, it is really hard. It costs you time, and you will have downtimes for it. And of course, it costs you money. So the question again is there a deployment model which gives you the freedom of choice using the public cloud providers, Amazon Web Services, SoftLayer, Microsoft Azure, and so on? Maybe to combine them? Is there the flexibility and scalability available over your whole environment? On-premise, co-location data center, private cloud, public cloud? And of course, maximum data control. And please don't understand it, or please understand it correctly. If I mean maximum data control, I not only mean data control in a purpose of data privacy regulations and data security regulations in Germany, I also mean what or which data you want to have in an environment where you not can take care that you are the only person to have access to it. So it's more for the purpose, do you want to have the data where you earn money with in a public cloud environment, yes or no? And for us, data-centric services, it's all about data gravity. So data gravity is a big topic, and what I have described before over hybrid cloud, Gartner called B-model IT. There's a traditional IT with your on-premise environment in housing, co-location, and also private cloud. And there's a new IT, agile IT, with the hyperscalers, with public cloud providers, Amazon Web Services, Azure, and so on. But how to combine them? Gartner really says there are two different worlds, and the next big point and problem which needs to be solved is combining these two worlds. Because if you have two different worlds, you need double the resources from personal perspective, from resource perspective, and you are not so efficient. And again, this is for our purpose, data gravity. If you want to combine two different worlds, the slowest point is data migration. So if you have data silos, you need to migrate data, what is expensive and what costs you time. So it is limiting your flexibility and scalability. So if you have two data silos, you have two separated worlds. You have a vendor lock if you store your data in a way where you cannot move it easily and where it is very expensive to move it. And you need to integrate your on-premise or co-location environment in this data gravity solution. And for us, this means something like Isofix. Maybe some of you know it. In cars, you have the possibility to put in the seat for a baby in every car in the same way, and it is secure. So you can swap your car and take the seat with you. And something like that, we have created for the public cloud providers and integrated in the other environments too. And that's why we say this is the first real hybrid cloud. Before I go more deep into that graphic and explain it, we have presented it in advance of 12 analysts end of last year, and we won a prize, Best in Cloud Award, over that. And they also give us a feedback, yes, this is a new generation of hybrid cloud. So you have the co-location part in the middle, where you have your own hardware, your own environment. You have the private cloud environment offering from us with SLAs and so on. And you have the public clouds. And you really have integrated it on one storage system. So we have not only the possibility to connect Amazon Web Services, SoftLayer, VMware vCloud Air, Microsoft Azure, we also separate compute and storage resources. The data is stored in our high security facility. The compute resources are stored in the public cloud providers or used. So you have the scalability and flexibility you need. If you want to change from your co-location, your own environment, or from private cloud to a public cloud provider, this is working like this because the data stays and our storage system is answering faster than the storage systems from Amazon Web Services, for example. So there are also benefits of the feature set and the performance of the Netapp storage system we use in this cloud. And I always say Netapp storage because this Netapp storage system also offers features which is fixing the point of vendor login. So every Netapp storage system is bringing the possibility of data migration and data replication in a very sufficient way with them. So if you have Netapp systems, you can migrate or replicate the data to our system and back in the way you want. And that's the right part. So if you have your company and you want to bring the data near to cloud to use it, you can transport it on Netapp layer or on a software layer above if you don't have Netapp. You can use it in co-location, in private cloud, and in the public cloud. And if you want to get them back, you get them back. This also means the same data is integrated in the different hyperscalers. So we have already customers on this environment which combine SoftLayer from IBM with Amazon Web Services to one solution. So software as a service from Amazon Web Services, infrastructure as a service from SoftLayer, and they access the same data so they can work together. So we have one world, not two worlds anymore. And you have possibilities like synchronous mirrored storage systems in two data centers, Frankfurt, Darmstadt, and combine it with public cloud. So compute resources from Amazon Web Services, but the data is stored in two facilities, synchronous. And you only pay money if you need and use it. So if there is no usage of compute resources at Amazon Web Services, you don't have to pay something. So this kind of hybrid cloud model enables also the possibility to really make a new generation of disaster recovery as a service. So look, you have data in your data center, in your IT. You replicate this data to our storage system, which you can also manage on yourself if you want, because Netapp is multi-tenancy available. So there's no need that we make the management of the storage system. And then you can say, oh, I want the connectivity to VMware vCloud Air. We realize that. And that's it with the final monthly fee. Everything what you need on top is, in disaster scenario, the compute resources. So you really can combine these efficiencies and use the possibilities of hyperscalers for your disaster scenario. So this solution offers you the freedom of choice for hyperscaler because you have the possibility to change from Amazon Web Services to Microsoft Azure or vice versa in seconds because the data needs no migration. Of course, you have now much more flexibility and scalability. If you have no need to migrate the data from one side to another side, or from one infrastructure to another infrastructure, you have it available. You really can use the data, and the flexibility Amazon Web Service and so on is offering you. You have maximum data control. Like I already said, you have the possibility to manage the storage system we offer you in a pay-as-you-go model on your own. We have no access to your data. If you want a managed service from us, this is possible. Because in our data-centric services level, we go up to OS level, but never into application level. For application level, we have partners. We really focus on the stack up to OS level. We call it infrastructure data center, infrastructure private cloud, infrastructure public cloud, or the infrastructure or platform for a hybrid cloud scenario, which is offering you these ways. And if you want to move the data out, you can do that without extra costs. We have offer there different ways. You can easily access the data and move it out. You can use the Netapp feature set for it to do it very efficient. And in the third way, you can get from us a transportation box with storage, and we bring the data to you. You can put it in your office to another device and send us back the box. So this really enables the topic of multi-cloud sourcing, because now you can really choose your provider after the feature and functionality. You can say, oh, Amazon Web Services has a new software as a service offering which I want. I use it. I say access my data. I have a new feature of infrastructure as a service at soft layer which I want. I put it in and use it. I grow in my private cloud environment. I have access to it. So really the combination out of it is possible. And so we have the answer to Gartner's B-model IT. Traditional and agile IT are now one again, and the customer can use it as one. So I have a showcase with me because for me, it's very important that this is not only a marketing slide or marketing talk. We really have customers who are already use such a platform, and one of them is Helpium. Helpium is an online platform where end users can get IT support from. So you can go to the website and say, I have a problem with Outlook or my Word or what else. You will see a list with people who have the knowledge to help you and a price per minute. So we are again in the topic of on-demand. You can say, oh, I want this guy. This guy is connecting to your PC and is helping you. And if he needs 10 minutes, you have to pay 10 minutes. If he finished his works after 12 minutes, you have to pay 12 minutes, but never more than they were working. If you go one step more forward, you can think about the data which Helpium is collecting to take care that nobody is doing bad things to the users. So they collect screenshots every time if somebody is typing in something, to have the possibility to find out that there was a guy doing something wrong and the end customer has not to pay. He has financial data from PayPal accounts and so on, and of course the remote sessions at all. So really data security was a very big point for them to come into the market. But also They need a big scalability and flexibility. Why? They will make marketing activities, and 1,000 or 10,000 more guys will come to their website and will try it. In some other times, they will have much lower usages. So they were looking for an environment which is leveraging or giving the possibility to have infrastructure for the basic level, but also realize scalability to handle such situations. And the customer finished that with our solution. So he has now an environment in our private cloud for the basic infrastructure. He has soft layer infrastructure as a service for scalability of the web service. And also he is using Amazon Web Services software as a service for developing proposals. And if you ask me, there are 4 very important steps to come to an environment which offers you multi-cloud sourcing. This is especially done now for enterprise and companies, of course. Startups very often starts in public cloud. For them, it's much more the need to have more data security, to have no vendor lock-in. For enterprise environments, it's really hard because they first start to analyze their existing infrastructure and find out which needs they have for which application or which part of the company. And if they have defined these needs and have the analysis done, it's very important to get back the control over the data. So we see in a lot of enterprise environments that they already use other that some parts of the company are using public cloud providers and have data in. So you really need to take care that you have control over the data, or you know how it is possible to access it. And then you need to build up knowledge over these hyperscalers to understand where the difference is between them. And you need to implement it afterwards. You have done an analysis of the application for all the requirements you have with the knowledge you have generated. And we can help you in this process, and also we can provide you the platform which has the possibility to realize such a hybrid cloud scenario with multi-cloud sourcing based on one data pool.
That's been very interesting and inspiring. Where do we find you? Do you have a booth on CeBIT?
We have no booth, but I will be behind this.
You'll be sticking around for a while for those who want to know more about you.
Right. So you are welcome to get answers to questions if exist, and also we have some documents we can give you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, Lars Göbel.